Hey guys, it's Tom here and welcome to part 2 of my background tutorial where I've set the challenge of showing you guys how to make an awesome background with just these resources. And if you haven't got these, in part 1 there was a download link for this file, so that's how you can use them. So also in part 1 we made this text in Cinema 4D, so go check that out if you missed it. So you want to open up Photoshop, and as you can see I've got this YouTube template. Now you can find these anywhere, but I will put a download link to download this template, and I've sized it all myself and it fits exactly. So yeah, the first thing you want to do, you want to go on to basic brushes, which is just your standard circle. Put the master diameter to about 1242 and the hardness to 0%. Now these are the two layers. Now once you're on the background layer, you want to just center up the circle and gently just click once. As you can see, this gives like a nice sort of ambient glow. If you click again, you can make it bigger, but I think I'm just gonna go with that one, like so. Okay, that looks good. So once you've got this set up, if you go File, File, Open, go to the place where you saved the text from the last episode. So mine's right here. And this is it. So if you click the Move tool up here, we can move it around. You can just drag it into the other document, like so. So now, obviously it's not, we need it to be vertical, so Command T, or it might be Control T on Windows to get this resizing border up. Now we right click, rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, and I've done that the wrong way, so I'm just going to rotate it 100 degrees again, and there we go, a perfect rotation. So I'm just going to put that there. So yeah, you can just line it up on the edge like so, and yep, that looks nice. Yeah, we're going to duplicate it, the whole thing at the end, and put it on the other side. So at the moment we're just going to work on this side. So once you've got this down, this would be on a new layer, so this is layer 12 for me. If you right click the layer and duplicate it, now there are two copies, one on top of the other. Click on the layer that's below the other one, so this will bring up the text that is behind. Command T to bring up the size border, and while we're resizing it, you want to hold Shift and Alt to make sure it's perfect. As you can see, we're just going to make it a bit bigger behind the text, like so. Now I'm just going to move it down a bit just so the L gets in there. Okay, and again I'm going to move the primary one down a bit. Okay, so as you can see, this looks like a bit of a mess. However, on the layer that's below, if you go to the opacity here and lower it, it creates a nice effect, sort of displaying the text. So yeah, so now once you've got this sort of effect going, hold Command or Control if you're on a PC, so you can select both of these layers here, right click, merge layers. So now this is just one layer. Right, so now this is where we put some nice textured effect on the text. So if you go into the folder that you downloaded, got two textures here to use. I think I'm going to use this one, it looks quite nice. So same with the text, File, Open. All you have to do is find where you saved it. I saved it here, and it was number 18. So here we have the nice texture. If it's locked, just double click the lock and press enter. Right, now you can move it around. So as again, we just want to drag it into the original document. As you can see, that's far too big, so if we just zoom out of it, if we go Command T or Control T, and then hold Shift and Alt, and we can just resize it. I'm probably going to rotate it as well, just so it fits nicely over the text. Okay, so once it is covering all of the text, what you want to do is you want to go to the drop down menu here, click it, and click Overlay. Now as you can see, it creates a nice textured effect. However, it will overrun on the sides, so if I just zoom in, the texture will go off the edges over here in sort of the black space, so if we were to put something there later, the texture would show up on it. So what we want to do is you want to get it where you want it, and you want to right click the layer and click Create Clipping Mask. Now this just sets it so it stays on the text and the text only. So as you can see, we've got this really nice texture. I'm just going to lower the opacity just a bit, just to add to the effect. Okay, that's looking really good now. So let's see what else we've got to put in. Okay, this here, I'm going to put a flare in now. So we could use, I'm going to use this flare, optical flares 76. So if I just open that, and as you can see, there's a lot of black space around it. So if you get the magic wand tool, just click on the black, and it will select all of the black. So you can just delete it like so. We can do the same with the bottom. Okay, so now we've just got the main flare bit. So as we just drag it again, drop it onto our template. Now you want to go Command T to bring up this, rotate it 90 degrees. Now I'm going to make it a lot smaller, like so, and I'm also going to put it behind the text for added effect. Sort of, so it's resting on the text like that, although as you can see it's quite messy at the moment. Got a lot of these rough edges. So to get rid of those, you just need to go to this drop down menu and click Screen. Okay, that's just made it worse. Go to Normal again, and we can just lower the opacity, and also you can just get the rubber tool, select a brush about this should do, with hardness 0, and we can just rapidly click to finish off any rough edges, like so. So yeah, these flares are really good to add to text. It gives it a nice effect. And yeah, so now we've got a nice flare effect there. Now maybe see what else we got. This picture, this little abstract picture here, this would be good to use. So if I go File, Open, and it is 6 JPEG. Okay, so before we transfer it, we're going to double click the lock to unlock it. Get the magic wand tool, click on the black bits, and just delete. And as you can see, there is some writing down here, so to get rid of that, just grab the rubber tool, just rub it out. Okay, so now this is ready to be used, so we can drag it onto there. Make sure it's below here, make sure it's below all of the other layers. Command T, and we want to rotate it this time. rotate 180 degrees. There we go. So just going to make that a bit smaller. Like so. I'm going to put it behind the text, just at the edges like that. So it just adds a nice effect. Now that's a bit sort of untidy, so now if we go to, if we just lower the opacity of it, I'll give it a nice sort of effect. Just rotate it slightly, put it in. Yep, that's now a nice effect. So yeah, now you just want to duplicate that layer again, and that will allow us to do the same up top. Just want to flip vertically, and we can place it again at the top. Okay, that's looking good. Now for some small finishing touches to the image, let's see what else have we got. We've got these sparks and flames that I've included, so I think these could look quite good. So let's just open them up and see where we can put them. So if I put some sparks, here are the sparks, double click the lock to unlock the layer and enter. Use the magic wand tool, click the black, delete that, and there we go, here we have the sparks. To deselect it, it's just Command D or Control D, and now I can move this straight onto the background. Now this is a bit big, so I was thinking about, now we want this to be on top, so click the layer, drag it, click the layer, drag it to the top. So this is now on top of the text. I'm going to just make it really small and add some fine details to some of the letters. Like so. If I get a small brush. Just rub out some bits. Okay, now it's got some nice sparking effect. Like so. I'm just going to tidy up just a bit more. Okay, now we can add some flames. So if I open up the flames, this is nice. So now if we go magic wand tool, blackness, first of all we want to double click the lock to unlock it, enter, click the black with the magic wand tool and delete. Right, Control D to deselect and drag it to the template we're working on. Right, so this is a bit big, so what we want to do is just Command T and then hold Shift and Alt to resize it without distorting it. And now we can put this somewhere that would look good. So I'm thinking maybe in the O here. Maybe in the C. But yeah, you know, just wherever it looks good. Time to zoom in loads and do the micro brush. like so. I might just lower the opacity down a bit. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, so now for our last effect. File open. Burst, I think it was. Yep. So if we double click the lock and enter to unlock it, and delete to delete the blackness. Control D to deselect and drag it back onto the template. Okay, so Control T to bring up the resize options, Shift Alt and just scale down like that. Now we can just move it to wherever you think's best. Like so. So that's looking good. So just to lower the opacity on that. Like so, so that is looking good. So I think there is one more spark. Nope, no there isn't. So this is just a simple yet detailed sort of clean background. So just a few last things to do. Been recording for 70. Well, that's a long video, but I hope you guys are still watching. Anyway, yeah, just hold Control, click all of these layers, like so. All of the layers that are to do with the text. Wanna right click and duplicate. I'll save them. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is a direct copy, which we can just drag over to the other side. Control T to bring up the resizing options. Right click and rotate 180 degrees. And just put it right about there. Okay, so that is looking good. Now there's only one last thing that I like to do. I like to just get a text. Let's get some text going. And just go www.youtube.com/ and then your username, so tail, like so. Now obviously this isn't the right colour, so you just want to highlight it, change it to a nice blue, like so. Command T to resize it. Like so. Right, so that's looking good. This will make it a bit smaller. It should fit in the little space above. Like so. Now, just for finishing touches, I like to get the line tool, hold shift to keep it straight, and do lines either side just to add to this clean effect, and then click the rubber tool, make the brush about, just click OK when that comes up, make the brush about 250 and gently just tap the ends of the lines to make them fade, like so. So thanks guys for watching this video. If this video gets, I'm gonna be ambitious and say 30 likes, I'll put another tutorial video up, whether it's a partner background, a more detailed normal background, maybe some thumbnails or a desktop background even. So just let me know in the comments and give it a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.